Some of the lessons that we're working on, it's kind of essential that you understand how to read eighth notes. So we thought it was important to kind of do a breakdown of how to read them, and more importantly, how to read them in the terms that we chose to notate them over on our site. So I hope this video helps you if this is something that you're interested in, and I experiment with using a narration voice for the first time, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, well, you're kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is.
This is a bar of eighth notes in 4/4 time. And imagine that. There is 8 notes. To start, you can count these notes effectively like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Isn't that fun? Now the magic happens when we start leaving space in the bar. By leaving space, we can create a multitude of rhythms. When we leave space, the once very simple looking bar of eighth notes now looks completely different. And for some, this can be a bit scary. If you're that person, then this video is for you. So when you start leaving space in a bar of eighth notes, you need to understand how that space is represented on paper. Say you wanted to only play the upbeats meaning the ands. You would need to draw in an eighth note rest on the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Conversely, if you wanted to play only the downbeats, you would essentially just be playing quarter notes, and this would be written as such. Things get a little more tricky once you start creating more syncopated rhythms. In this video, we are exploring only the rests and note values that are used to compose the magic page. What's the magic page? The magic page is 40 bars of simple eighth note rhythms popularized by the famous book Syncopation by Ted Reed. The beauty of these rhythms is their ability to serve as the foundation for limitless musical concepts. Let's take the first bar for example. By leaving space on the 2, the and of 3, and the and of 4, we get a nice syncopated rhythm. Now we need to represent that space by adding an eighth note rest on the 2 and by writing the 3 and 4 as quarter notes. Make sense? Let's take a look at bar number 2. We represent this space by starting with 2 quarter notes followed by an eighth note rest, an eighth note, another eighth note rest, and another eighth note. Now let's take a look at bar number 3. This is very similar to the last bar with the addition of an eighth note on the 3 count. We represent this bar by playing 2 quarter notes in a row, followed by 2 eighth notes on the 3 and. The 4 has an eighth note rest, followed by an eighth note on the 4 and. This is how the 4th bar sounds of this 4-bar phrase. This bar begins with 2 eighth notes, followed by an eighth note rest, another eighth note, and a quarter note. And because there is nothing playing on the 4, it needs to be represented with a quarter note rest. And as you would imagine, a quarter note rest is equal in length to a quarter note. So let's count through these 4 bars together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There are many other note values and rests that could be used to represent time in a bar of eighth notes. These are the simplest building blocks and will allow you to read through the magic page in its entirety.
So yeah, I hope you found that helpful if it was something that you were kind of curious about. And if you have any questions at all, please hit us up in the comments below. And come visit us over at oneupdrumvids.com. We have a bunch of drum lessons that we continue to put out with practice tracks and some blog posts and a bunch of other stuff that we're super excited to kind of be releasing in the next little bit. So yeah, hope you have a good one.